Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I just did the use every eyeshadow in the palette challenge, and I used my Jouer Skinny Dip palette, which I love. This palette is $40 on Derm Store. They do a lot of 20% off sales about every quarter, so you can get it for less expensive than that. It is one of my favorites. I have 3 palettes that are foil palettes, and I would say this probably ranks as my second favorite foil palette. It has beautiful cool tones like that silver foil shadow and everything to a warm brown on this other side. It is just an absolutely gorgeous palette, and I thought it would be fun today to talk about foil shadows because this is what I use to do this eye look. This eye look is nothing but foiled shadow. And I thought it would be fun to do that, to use every eyeshadow in the palette challenge with this because I've never done a full foiled look and it's not something that, you know, I'm gonna do very often. And I just thought it would be neat to see if it turned out well and if it was pretty, and I love it. I don't know where the heck I would ever wear this. It's kind of something you might wear to a festival or if you're going to a club, which I don't really do those things anymore because I have 3 kids and I'm kind of older. I love wearing this, and I think when my 5-year-old daughter gets home, she's gonna die. She's going to say that I have unicorn eyes. This is just so pretty. But anyway, I thought I would talk about my foil shadows today. Foil shadows are pretty much the whole reason that I got back into makeup. So I went last year, it was last summer, and I picked up this Tarte palette. It's the Make Believe in Yourself palette. It's limited edition. You can still get it at the Tarte website for $40. It is a gem. It has the most beautiful colors, and I'm going to swatch a few of these for you. My favorite in this eyeshadow palette is Trance. It's that shade right there. It's kind of a taupey shade. It only has 4 foiled shadows. That is Magic, Wings, Marvel, and then Trance. And everybody who has this palette, they all talk about how much they absolutely love that color Trance. It is a perfect kind of a cool taupe. That's another thing about this palette, is that most of these colors are cool toned, which I love cool toned. I picked up this palette and I had never had anything like it before, and it just made me fall in love with makeup in general, especially eyeshadow. Eyeshadow palettes to this day are still my absolute favorite. They're kind of the thing that I splurge on the most, and really it's all because of this palette. I will swatch that gold color as well. They are very creamy. They are best applied with your finger. You can use a wet brush to apply them. This is that gold color and the name is Marvel, but you can just see how much shimmer they have and how beautiful they are. They apply beautifully. What I love to do is to take this palette and combine it with a matte palette. So I will just do a normal matte eye look, and then I will pick one of these foiled shadows and I will put it in the center of my lid, or I'll put it all over my lid, and it makes gorgeous looks. I cannot recommend this enough. It also smells like chocolate, so you can't get any better than that. Beautiful eyeshadows, and they smell like chocolate. There is a highlighter in the center, and I don't recommend it. It is the only item in this eyeshadow palette that I'm not crazy about. It is a white base. See if you can see that. You can use it as a highlighter in the inner corner of your eye, or you could use it to highlight your brow bone. It's about the only thing I use it for. I do not use it as a highlighter just because it has such a white base to it that it's just, I like gold bases better on my highlighters, and I just don't think it looks very attractive on me. So that's the only dud really in this whole eyeshadow palette. This is my number one. I love this eyeshadow palette. If I had to choose between what my favorite was for these two, I would choose this one. Some of that might be kind of nostalgic just because this brought me back to makeup, and I have purchased so many palettes since then, and really I owe it all to this palette and this just getting me excited about makeup again. Now my Jouer Skinny Dip, this is beyond foiled. I will do a couple of swatches for you. I recommend using your fingers for these or using a wet brush. That is Starlight right there, if you can see that. Do you see how foiled that is? Isn't that gorgeous? My next favorite color is Skinny Dip, which is a warm gold. It is gorgeous as well. If you can see it right there. See, they are just so foiled and so beautiful. If you were to buy these 2 palettes, you would be set. You would have all the foils that you could possibly want. Look at them on my fingers. Isn't that crazy? They are so foiled. That's the Jouer. That there is the Skinny Dip. That is the Starlight. If you truly want every color of foiled shadow out there, there is a very inexpensive option that I do recommend. It is the Foiled Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette by BH Cosmetics. This has gotten some great reviews. People seem to really love this. I will admit, when I first got this, I was a little disappointed in it. Not very foiled. I think maybe that was my biggest issue, is these colors were beautiful. Most of them were fairly pigmented, but they just didn't look super foiled to me. Well, what I discovered is I wasn't using them correctly. So this palette costs $13.99 for the BH website, so it's an extremely good deal. If you are looking to get a budget-friendly foiled eyeshadow palette, this is great. But what you need to know about these is that you need to use them wet, and you probably need to use a setting spray. And I'm going to show you the difference between using a setting spray and just a regular brush, and it's a huge difference. I took a flat packing brush using that pink shade right there, which I really enjoy that shade. I put it on with 3 coats just using a brush, and that is it right there, just using a brush. Now right next to it, I did 3 coats as well, but I sprayed my brush with that MAC Fix Plus setting spray, and you see what a huge difference that makes. You see how much more sheen it has. It's just much more pigmented. And every shadow that I have used in this eyeshadow palette, if I use it dry, it's just kind of crumbly and not super pigmented. But the second I use the Fix Plus setting spray, they're beautiful. They are vibrant. They are amazing. So for $14, this is really an excellent palette. I recommend it. You need to go into it knowing that you are going to need to use a wet brush, and water may not cut it. A setting spray will definitely work though. So you might just want to make sure you have a setting spray in your arsenal so that you can use it with this palette. But this is number 3. So I have those 3 palettes, and I would say this is my 3rd favorite. I don't use it as often as I use my Skinny Dip palette or my Tarte palette, just because it takes a little bit more work and a little bit more finesse to get it to look really nice. But it is a beautiful palette, and it's a great budget palette. So if you're looking for a budget foiled eyeshadow palette, this is a great choice. I have 2 foiled eyeshadows that nobody really talks about. They are Marsk, M-A-R-S-K, and these are singles. One of them is kind of a gold color, and it's called Your Toast. And then the next one is a silver color, and it's called Foiled Again. So I wanted to bring these up because Marsk is a small company. They make a great product. It is kind of expensive. They're mineral loose eyeshadow pigments, and they are $22.50 each. This is the Foiled Again. It just looks like this. And then here is the Your Toast. Here they are swatched for you, and this is Foiled Again. You can get it right, Your Toast. They're just really pretty foiled eyeshadows, and I enjoy the formula a lot because they're mineral. If you have sensitive eyes, they won't be irritating to you at all. And they are kind of pricey. One of them I got in a beauty box, and the other one I actually purchased, but I use them quite a bit. I got these actually before I knew anything about foiled eyeshadows, and I just loved them. They were just so vibrant. You know, they made my eyelids look like they were chromed. I thought they were worth mentioning because they are such a great brand, and they do produce some foiled eyeshadows. So that is my foiled eyeshadow collection, and I'll tell you again, Tarte Make Believe in Yourself, #1 of my foiled. These are the ones I love the most. My Jouer Skinny Dip is just a very, very close second. I love these. I pull from that palette all the time as well. And then 3rd, which is your budget-friendly foiled eyeshadows, would be your BH Cosmetic. And they do have 2 foiled eyeshadow palettes, and this is the first eyeshadow palette. It just has such a great selection of colors. So that is all I have for you today, and I hope this was useful to you if you've thought about purchasing some foiled shadows, just to kind of give you an idea of some great palettes that you have to choose from. And I just want to thank you for being here with me today, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.